show you now how to achieve this effect in Premiere Pro. Keep watching.
First thing you need to do is film some footage of you dancing or twirling around a stick, or in my case a audio boom pole, and you want to drop that footage into your nonlinear editor, in my case Premiere Pro, and then hit the new item button and find colour matte. Click OK and select the colour matte to black, and then drop that colour matte over your footage. Go to effects, and then in the effects panel you need to search for lightning. Drop that onto the colour matte. Go over to your effects controls and set the opacity to screen. And then within the lightning, you need to set all the values as low as they will go. And then onto the colour selection for the outside colour, you need to then turn that to white and click OK. Then we're going to adjust our width of the lightsaber, and we need to make sure it's wide enough to fill our stick or cover our stick or boom pole that we have used. Then go back to the effects panel and search for transform. And to transform the lightsaber, we're going to be using this tool as opposed to using the lightning tool. Drop that onto the colour matte and then go into effects controls and move the anchor point till the center circle lines up with the end of our lightsaber. Once you've got that, you can then pull the position back to line up with the original anchor point on the far right. Okay, and then go to opacity and switch the opacity to 50 so that you can see through your lightsaber and see the stick to line it all up. Okay, so now we're going to set keyframes on position and rotation, and we're going to move the lightsaber till it lines up with our stick. When you're adjusting the rotation, if you hold control as you do it, you'll be able to do those finer micro adjustments to get it perfect. Make sure you line it up perfectly on the stick and use that as a reference point each time you do it. So for me, I'm using the top of the handle. Okay, now, so we set those keyframes and we are going to start scrubbing through our footage frame by frame, and then start adjusting the position of the lightsaber so that it's covering up the stick. It can be a very tedious task depending on how long your footage is, but you will have to do this frame by frame and keep lining it up, keep adjusting the rotation. Go to the next frame, adjust the position, adjust the rotation, set a key point, and keep doing that throughout until you finish the video. I'm going to speed this bit up on the tutorial. As you can imagine, it took me quite a while, and I'm sure it will do that for you as well. Eventually you will get there, it just takes a bit of time, so be patient with it and take breaks. Okay, so once you've got that completed, you're going to go to the lightning effect in your effects control panel, and then you're going to adjust your starting point so that it lines up with the top of your stick or your boom pole, and hit the stopwatch button so that you've set a keyframe. You're going to start scrubbing through the footage, and if you need to adjust it, you'll set a keyframe and then adjust the start point or even the end point if it starts moving. Also, you might find that your lightsaber has moved slightly, so you might need to go back into your transform and adjust that again slightly in the individual keyframes as you're going along between the start point and end point. Okay, so once you've got all that done, you can then go to shutter angle and adjust the value to 360, duplicate that colour matte, and then in the top colour matte you're going to adjust the shutter angle to 90, and that will give us some nice motion blur as we twirl it around. We're going to nest the two colour mattes, and don't forget to adjust your blend mode to screen. From then we're going to go back into our effects panel and search for tint and drop that onto the nested sequence. We're going to go into effects control and we're going to adjust our colour of our lightsaber to whatever colour you want it to be. So for me, I'm picking blue. And then we're going to duplicate the nested sequence 3 times. Top one, we're going to remove the tint so that it goes back to white. And then we're going to go into our effects panel again and search for Gaussian blur. Or is it Gaussian? I'm not sure. And then we're going to drop that Gaussian blur onto all 3 of the nested sequences. Okay, in the bottom sequence, you're going to adjust the blurriness to 100. In the second one, you're going to adjust it to 60. And then in the top one, you're going to adjust it to 10. And then we're going to go to the opacity of the second one and change the opacity to around 60 or 62%. What I also have done is adjusted the color of the lightsaber on the tints between the bottom nested sequence and the middle nested sequence, so that you've got different shades of blue there. Then we're going to go back into our effects panel and search for alpha glow. We're going to drop that onto the bottom nested sequence, and we're going to set the glow to blue. And then from there, we're going to adjust the values of the glow to whatever you feel comfortable with. You can pick that yourself. So this part might not be relevant to all people, but if, like me, your lightsaber moves in front of you or behind you, then we can fix this now. So now I've duplicated my footage sequence, and I'm going to find the part in the clip that the lightsaber is meant to move in front of me, and then I'm going to make a cut point. I'm going to go to that end section of that and then make a cut point again. And we're going to move that footage sequence to the top layer of the sequence. Once you've got it moved up to the top, go to opacity and select the pen tool and start drawing around your character. And you only need to draw around the parts of the character that the lightsaber crosses in front of, so don't worry about doing the entire character. Perfect. Once that's done, you should see your lightsaber pop out from the side of you, which is looking nice. I'm going to do the auto track here just to see if it manages to do it, and it hasn't, unfortunately, so we're going to do the individual parameters ourselves. So instead, we're going to go frame by frame and adjust the parameters ourselves manually for each frame. Perfect. So once that's done, we're going to go back into the effects panel and search for wave warp. We're going to drop that onto the second nested sequence and go into the effects controls panel and then adjust the wave height to 15 and the wave width to 15. And then change the wave type to noise. And perfect, you're done now. And if you want, you can add your audio sequences, or you can drop a nice LUT on in an adjustment layer. And that's it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do give it a like, give it a comment, and do subscribe. If you've got any external plugins installed to add flares, etc., then add them in as well. Really spice up the footage and add your own creative twist to it. And once you've made your lightsaber video, feel free to tag me in it on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube so that I can go check it out. And this is what your video should now look like. Anyway, that's me done for now. Thanks again, take it easy, look after yourselves, and may the Force be with you.